Who's ready for a little Saturday night football on the NFL Network? The Chargers at home after a big win on the road over the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. One of the teams that's really been fun to watch since Lamar Jackson has taken over for this offense there with John Harbaugh. And, Buck, this very much feels like a playoff preview.
Yeah, it is a playoff preview, but I think it is fascinating to watch two different style quarterbacks guiding their teams into the postseason. In Lamar Jackson, you're talking about a dual-threat playmaker, a guy that can get it done not only with his arm but with his legs. Here we're going to see him in their normal setup, little pistol, offset formation, run heavy. It's just going to be everything that we saw him at Louisville. His ability to escape the pocket, use his legs to buy time. There you see him with a two-way go. Explosive athlete. Look, DJ, this dude is averaging almost 85, 86 yards on the ground a game. You just don't find quarterbacks that can do it. But it's more than just his ability to run. They are beginning to incorporate some of the things that he's been able to do very, very well from his time at Louisville. Here we see a little simple RPO, slant coming on the backside. He drills it. They're not throwing a lot, but they're throwing just enough to complement what is a dominant running game that has really emerged since he's taken over the last 5 games.
Yeah, and a dominant defense. And I'll tell you what, he didn't have offensive line protection like that at Louisville, so that I'm sure is something he's enjoying there with this Ravens offense. You flip it over to the Chargers, though, get a chance to watch this team each and every week, Buck. And I'll tell you what, I've been excited about Mike Williams coming out of Clemson, and this year it's all come together for him. And really the trust that Rivers has in him. You see him get this ball up on a corner route. They had thrown this ball to Keenan Allen a little earlier, weren't able to get it done. We come right back to it with Mike Williams. And now Rivers down here, 2-point play, and this is just a coverage bust. A little you got him, I got him, nobody's got him. Mike Williams on the 2-pointer there to clinch the win over the Kansas City Chiefs. And Rivers is playing great football, but you know, when you look at this ball game, Buck, the Chargers, all that momentum and all that energy they derive from that win over the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's not forget Lamar Jackson had the Baltimore Ravens in position to beat this same Chiefs team, if not for that Pat Mahomes miracle play on 4th and 9.
That's why this is such a great matchup to watch, because I think you're seeing two of the better teams in the National Football League. If you just look at the last month of the season, these guys have been playing the best ball, respectively, in the AFC. To see them match up in this game, I'm leaning towards the Baltimore Ravens just because that running game has been so dominant. It's just hard to fathom someone is going to run it 45 times a game. They can average 250 yards. The Chargers' defense is lights out, but are they up to the challenge of being able to stop this dual-headed monster with Lamar Jackson and Gus Edwards? I'm going to go with the Ravens, but I can see this game going anyway.
Yeah, I know. I won't make a pick. I'll be calling this game for the Chargers radio broadcast. But I'm telling you, the interesting thing for me, that the Chargers love to play dime defense ever since that injury to Denzel Perryman. And teams haven't really been able to run them out of that. When you look at what they do, dropping Adrian Phillips down there next to Jatavis Brown, they're undersized. They use their athleticism and quickness to beat blocks. They're not going to be real physical in terms of taking on blocks. So can the Ravens establish that run game and try and get them out of that defense? I think that'll be a big key in this ball game.
Click here to subscribe to the NFL YouTube channel, and click here to subscribe to the Move the Sticks podcast.